Now we're getting ready to head over to Las Vegas next
Hmm.
week for HR Tech, and as Frank mentioned, but before that, it's time for another art talk. Sarah Kane is going to present part two on the iconic Pullman posters. Over to you, Sarah.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Yes, so we had such great feedback about the Pullman travel posters that we're going to do a part two. Hopefully everyone can hear me okay. I was having a little bit of Wi-Fi issues this morning. So thank you for the associates for sharing your favorite posters from last week. So just to refresh everyone's memory, these posters were often advertisements for luxury travel that started booming after World War I in the 1920s and 30s. They used bright colors and bold lettering to attract attention on the walls of train stations. And today, Pullman Editions has the largest collection and is the largest seller of these authenticated prints of these vintage posters. So concours d'élégance is a term of French origin, and it means competition of elegance. And it refers to an event where prestigious vehicles are displayed and judged. And it actually dates back to 17th century France, where aristocrats paraded horse-drawn carriages in the parks of Paris during summer weekends and holidays. And over time, carriages became horseless and gatherings became a competition among vehicle owners to be judged. These events are often held at automobile shows, after racing competitions, or especially in the United States as a fundraising event for charities. So a concours d'élégance can happen anywhere. Here you can see the best in show car for the Pebble Beach concours d'élégance. And then we have the Pullman poster for the Hampton Court concours d'élégance in 2017. And if you remember our art talk a few weeks ago, we talked about the Hampton Court Palace, as we can see here in the background, and all of the fancy cars driving down the front lawn. So here are the posters for the Concours d'Elegance at Windsor Castle in 2016 and 2012. In 2016, 60 of the most exceptional cars from around the world were gathered in the inner quadrangle of the castle in celebration of Her Majesty the Queen's 90th birthday. And on the right in 2012, the celebration was for the Queen's Diamond Jubilee. So this poster is called Speed Matters. The French deluxe train, the Côte d'Azur Pullman Express, ran from December of 1929 until May of 1939. So combining large images and bold texts, posters advertising its services were a uniquely effective medium to celebrate the excitement of travel by fast train. And it became fixtures on kiosks and in the railway stations of Europe, tempting the traveler to the glamour of the Côte d'Azur. During the Art Deco period, travel posters underwent a remarkable transformation in design, simplifying the travel poster to usually a single illustration with fewer details and often dramatic power. The Taj Mahal took 22 years and 22,000 people to complete. In 1631, the Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan was devastated by the death of his wife, Mumtaz Mahal, and the Taj Mahal was built as a symbol of true love and a final resting place for his beloved wife. He declared, "The sight of this mansion creates sorrowing sighs, and the sun and the moon shed tears from their eyes." So construction of the mausoleum was essentially completed in 1643, but work continued on other phases of the project for another 10 years. The Taj Mahal complex is believed to have been completed in its entirety in 1653 at a cost estimated at $1 billion today. So we looked at the Italian Riviera last week, but here's another poster from the coastal town of Portofino. Portofino is quite picturesque, as you can see, with its tall pastel houses facing a harbor that's lined with bars and restaurants. In Italy's beachfront resort towns, the fun and frivolous Fiat Jolly was the favored vehicle for the rich and famous. And you can see pictured here are the cars in an array of colors that match the bright buildings along the coast. So moving inland now to Tuscany, there's nothing more exhilarating than driving an exquisitely special car through the heart of Chianti country, with its poplar-lined open roads and gentle green hills covered with wide fields of vineyards and olive trees. The Ferrari 275 GTB4 is pictured in this idyllic scene, and is one of the most desirable Ferraris of all time. 50 years since its debut, it's still considered by many to be the most beautiful Ferrari ever created. Those who can. One of the best known cities on the French Riviera, nowadays Cannes is synonymous with the glamour of its film festival in May. Originally hosted on September 1st, 1939, Cannes' inaugural film festival only managed its opening night before being closed down following the outbreak of World War II that same weekend. Reemerging for a second attempt on September 20th, 1946, the rest is history. Depicted here is a couple enjoying champagne at the world-renowned Carlton Hotel, watching the Bastille Day fireworks light up the sky. So with a long cycling heritage, the Alps have witnessed many thrilling battles during the Tour de France, providing a spectacular backdrop for racers and fans alike. There's plenty of mountain passes to choose from, infamous hairpins, miles of paved roads, and truly beautiful scenery. Cyclists are really spoiled for choice when it comes to selecting which French mountains to conquer. And this poster really celebrates the life-enriching experience, whether you're new to cycling or a seasoned professional. So now on to more tropical destinations. The extraordinary diversity of its marine wildlife, coral reefs, and hot sandy beaches ensures that the Maldives is one of life's must-visit places. Consisting of approximately 1,200 islands, and boasting over 2,000 species of fish, it is ranked among the best recreational diving destinations in the world. This poster really encapsulates what the Maldives is about, a paradise for sunbathers and wildlife enthusiasts alike, and the ultimate luxury travel destination where exclusive hotels come with their own islands. So now on to the next poster. First opened in 1817, La Floridita can still be found in its original Havana location. Although for the first 100 years of its existence, it was named La Piña de Plata, silver pineapple. Catalan immigrant Constantino Ribalegua Vert, nicknamed Constant, became the owner in 1918 and is credited for inventing the frozen daiquiri in the 1930s, a drink that became linked to the fame of the place, whose motto is now La Cuna del Daiquiri, or the cradle of the daiquiri. It was a favorite spot of Hemingway, along with a host of other prominent socialites of the time. It's acknowledged as being one of the best bars in the world. So some of these posters are repeats from last week, but we've added the last two posters. The first two from last week celebrate the fame and splendor of the Monaco Grand Prix. The third poster in the row celebrates Ferrari's win at the Sports Car Championship for the 1954 season. And the last poster showcases the Côte d'Azur in the French Riviera as the perfect backdrop for the Ferrari California Spider. And here we can see French actress Brigitte Bardot driving her California Spider in the town of Saint-Tropez, where she had a villa. So the Davos poster shows a dramatic depiction of a bobsledding team snaking down an ice run. One of the biggest names in the Alps, the mountain valley of Davos, was formerly sought after it was a 19th century health resort, and then was developed as a full-blown winter sports destination for skiers, skaters, and sledders alike. Now onto the middle poster. It's also known as Little England upon the Alps. Brits make up almost half of the total visitors to Méribel, famed for its picturesque wooden chalets set against a beautiful mountainous backdrop. It also has the enviable location of being in the center of the Trois Vallées, which is the world's largest ski area. So it has easy access to more than 400 miles of ski runs, and the 1992 Winter Olympics were held there. Verbier is arguably the most fashionable ski resort of the moment, thanks to the number of celebrities and royals who visit. And despite the almost continual development and soaring property prices, Verbier has managed to retain its indigenous character and remains a really beautiful town. The mountain, however, continues to be its main draw, with 4 valleys to choose from, endless skiing options, and a nightlife scene almost as famous as the Powder. Verbier's fame is richly deserved. The Autoroute du Soleil is a busy north-south route in France that runs from Paris down to Marseille. And the route consists entirely of motorways, and it can be divided into 2 parts. The A6 goes from Paris to Bonn to Lyon, and the A7 goes from Lyon to Orange to Marseille. And here we can see a yellow Daytona Spider ride into the sunset, kind of suggestive of the infinite possibilities of life on the road. On the left, we can see a poster done by a French-Italian cartoonist named Barou, who was represented as a newer generation of cartoonists and poster artists. So we went back to Hampton Court, flew to the Taj Mahal, then over to Portofino, Tuscany, the Alps, the Maldives, racing in Monaco, followed by a leisurely drive along the route to Soleil. And should you want your own unique original artwork, Pullman's house artist, Charles Avalon, is available for commission. So that brings us to the end of our art talk. I hope you enjoyed our travel series ending with these Pullman posters. My favorites this week to be a tie between the fireworks in Cannes and La Floridita in Havana. Thank you.
What a world tour, wasn't that? From the bar in Cuba where the daiquiri was invented to the, imagine having your home built by 20,000 people in India, right? To that wonderful Ferrari GT through the hills of Tuscany. Wow, the Alps, England. My favorite was Hampton Court, of course. Now the cars, I think, were the most favorite amongst our staff. We had a chance to take a vote amongst our staffs. I think that garnered 6 people who really called that their favorite. I think the next one was probably, it was the Winter Wonderland. Yep. With 3 of our staff members really liking that. And then it was the cycling. So we had some cycling buffs too. You know, Alan Berman and Blake really liked that one, and on and on and on. So what a wonderful way to tour the world through these posters. And wow, okay, so let's get our own Pullman poster commissioned. Thank you, Sarah.
I was one of the car buffs.
Okay.
Yeah, these posters are fun.